What's up, everybody? Welcome. Hey, I appreciate y'all for tuning in today. My name is John Williams, aka Jigsaw on the mic. You know what I'm saying? I want to welcome y'all to Mancav Mondays. That's MANCAV Mondays. That's right, Mancav Mondays. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Y'all know what I'm saying? We're here. We're gonna talk about men. We're gonna talk about all types of men and situations. So we really appreciate y'all for tuning in. And in a minute, we're gonna get ready to come right back. We're gonna get with y'all. Welcome. Hey, what's up with y'all? Welcome back to Mancav Mondays, man. It's Jigsaw, John Williams, aka Jigsaw Full Effect. We are back getting it live again, man. I'm so happy we back. We was a little bit of hiatus, y'all, but we want to thank y'all again for tuning in. But y'all remember, continue to tune in on us, man, because we've been getting a lot of good reviews from y'all, man, on the podcast. Just remember, whenever you get ready to look up Mancav Mondays, it's MANCAV, then a space, then MONDAYS. Again, that's Mancav Mondays, MANCAV, no E, then space, then Mondays, MONDAYS. So we appreciate y'all for tuning in. And guess what? I was going to introduce my panel for today. Y'all gonna be our panel for today, you know what I'm saying? So this is gonna be a really good one, man. We taking Mancav Mondays into a new direction, man, and this has been really exciting, hitting the streets of Dallas, man. So basically, since we don't have a panel today, we actually went out to the city of Dallas and we went around to certain parts of Dallas. For all of you ladies and guys out there, the subject and topic of the day is single. Is it a struggle or not? Y'all get it? Single, is it a struggle or not? So we gonna get into this, man. It was so many off-the-chain answers from people out there in the DFW, man, talking about being single or not, including marriage and that whole thing, you know what I'm saying? So, man, we gonna jump right into it, y'all. Again, I want to thank y'all for tuning in, man. So y'all get ready for this. And now check this out, this first question. I'm going to give my synopsis on it first, and then I'll let y'all see exactly what our audience had to say once we went out to the city of Dallas, man. So the first question was, is it better to be single or get into a relationship? Now, I'm going to give my synopsis on this about better to be single or get into a relationship. Basically, talking about, being by yourself, being in a relationship. I mean, we can go from being in a committed relationship with somebody or being married to somebody. So is it better to be in a relationship or is it basically better to be single? I basically think, like, it depends on the person, you know what I'm saying? If you have goals and dreams and there are things out there that you're trying to accomplish and do, then sometimes being in a relationship can maybe possibly get in the way, depending on the person that you're in a relationship with. So if it's an understanding woman or an understanding man, and they do support you in reference to your dreams, then it would be good, to be into that relationship with them. But if it's a woman or man that, say, for instance, they are demanding, they need your time, they need you around them all the time, they want to know where you're at, what you're doing, who you with, that could be a little bit hard on you in that being, in that relationship, saying it would make a person want to be single. So, y'all have to understand that, saying, hey, you got to be careful when you're going out there doing that, saying you got to look for somebody that's willing to be supported, or if you don't get nobody that's going to be supportive, then it's going to be some issues in a relationship. So hopefully they don't have any issues to where it'll be, immaturity issues, say, for instance, insecurity issues, so you could be out there handling business. Say I'm out there, shooting a film or something, and then all of a sudden my girlfriend comes on the set. Why you didn't tell me this? Where you at? What you doing? Who out here? Who you hitting on the set? Any of that, So, y'all gotta be, you have to be careful about that, and who you getting involved with in reference to that. And this is off the chain, y'all. I'm telling y'all now, this is what the city of Dallas had to say. Check this out.
I feel like if you don't have your shit together, then it's better to be single. But if you got your shit together and you're ready to partner up with somebody and grow with somebody, then being single is better.
I feel like it's better to be in a relationship. I mean, you grow, things happen, you just grow.
Yeah.
So it's very important to be.
What's some examples of growth?
The examples would be like some things that you would do on your own that you would normally be selfish about. You wouldn't be like that in a relationship. You have to kind of give a little bit, do a little bit more than you would normally do for just yourself.
Okay. So, May, check it out, y'all. Hey, that was off the chain out there. I told y'all that they had some crazy things that they had to say about their first question. Now we're going to jump into the second question. Basically, on this second question, are there temptations being single or in a relationship? And pretty much my synopsis on that, my feedback on that is basically, when you're single, it depends on pretty much like what it is that you're trying to accomplish. You know what I'm saying? Are you a person that's single and say you're in church, and you're trying to withhold yourself until you find somebody to be with, sexually, basically getting married, that could be hard for a single person, especially if their standards are, pretty much Christian based, so we can talk about that. Are you single, and you just, by yourself, and say, for instance, you're not really a church going person, you just at home kicking it, whatever, so do you get those urges while you're single, do you get that urges to call up somebody, another dude or another female, to satisfy your urges, or are you just focusing on what it is that you need to accomplish, so, when you're in a relationship with somebody, the other thing, are you happy in that relationship, do you get that temptation to want to go out on that person, you want to find another female, you want to find another male, who you might want to get sexually active with or spend some time with, or like you females do, y'all normally be like, hey, it ain't necessarily about the sex, y'all just want the conversation, something to stimulate you, so, those are some of the temptations, that's pretty much my synopsis on it in reference to, like, what exactly you would go through as a person single or in a relationship, and at the same time, it depends on you as a person, how strong are you to really, be able to be single and sustain yourself while you accomplish your goals and dreams, or to be in a relationship or married and be faithful to that person and, and pretty much, not stray away from it. Because some people be like, they single, they not married, so they still not married, so they do what they want to. So with that said done, y'all, let's see what the people of Dallas have to say.
Point plain and simple, it's going to be temptations regardless. If you find your dream woman and you want to marry that woman, it doesn't matter. At some point, you got to take it up with God, because at some point, you're going to get tired of it. You got to be strong enough to, stay with that woman forever, because it's going to be women better, it's going to be women richer, and it's temptation everywhere.
I wouldn't feel like it's more. I think people want to gravitate to what you're doing. So they're happy. If you're happy, people want to be a part of that. So sometimes you walk around and you're happy, and then people are attached to you. So I guess it's a benefit of being married, because if you're happy, people want to be a part of that.
Welcome back, y'all. Hey, I told y'all it was be off the chain, man. The people of Dallas are speaking out, man. I mean, hey, hood people that are not in the hood, professional people we talking to everybody about this. So this is getting really juicy now. So we're going to move on to this next question now. Now check this out. Is it important, how important is it to be married? So my synopsis on that is that, I never said I was a perfect person or anything like that, So I grew up in the church, and, I'm still finding my way. But, marriage is really, really important, because God created us, especially for men, He didn't create us to be by ourselves. So we all know that. For those who read your Bible, you know how, God put us into that deep sleep and created woman from that womb and all that. So we know how that goes, that return back for that marriage, that consummation with marriage. So it's important, to me, it's important, about marriage, because you want to have somebody to spend the rest of your life with, you can share with and you can build with, and you can do a lot of things, even out here, living your everyday life. If you're paying bills by yourself, it could be hard, but if you have a partner, someone that you're married to, y'all can work the thing out together, even though some women It's from a man's standpoint now. Not from women, but from a man's standpoint, women feel like that they don't have to pay nothing, and the man is supposed to be the provider. But from a man's standpoint, we saying, hey, give us something to provide. Provide for. You know what I'm saying? Y'all want us to be the provider and the protector. Give us a woman we can provide and protect for. Because some of y'all, y'all messed up in the head. Period. So, it's just something to think about. So, like I said, marriage is good, y'all. And like I say, I think it's a good thing. I also think it's a bad thing, depending on the person that you can be married to, because, in the long run, it can bring issues and problems. That's when kids come involved. But we're going to see what the people of Dallas have to say about that, y'all.
I feel like it is important to be married, simply because your legacy. You want your legacy to grow, keep going past, your dad's last name, you pass your last name down, and that legacy keep growing. So I think it's important to get married, but it shouldn't be urgent.
Okay. So wait on it.
Wait till you're ready. Like I said, wait till you got your shit together. Then get married. But until then, you ain't got no business even thinking about marriage and commitment and all that.
Awesome. All right.
Very important. I mean, you have kids. It's very important. I feel like it's very important. It's not so much like you have to be married, but it's very important.
Why? What's some examples?
I just feel like it's important. I mean, that's what I was told by my parents. So.
What have you experienced about being in a marriage that made it so important? Like, what situation have you went through? Was like, oh, if I didn't have my husband, I could not have done this. If I didn't have my husband, I could not have made it through that. What is that he supports that make you say it's important?
I would say having children. I couldn't have got through it. Some days I didn't feel it and couldn't go on. But I had to. He helped me keep me focused.
Awesome.
And I couldn't do this business without. Look what you're doing. I couldn't do it without him.
Okay.
I couldn't do it without him.
Awesome.
We come up with the ideas together. I mean, it just works out.
Awesomeness. Okay.
All right, y'all. We back, in full effect, man. And hey, I told y'all these questions is getting juicy out here in the city of Dallas, man. Everybody talking, you know what I'm saying? So we're gonna jump right into this next question. And pretty much, should single people socialize with only single people? Now, my synopsis basically on that is, hey, if you're a single person, you're not married, you should be hanging out with single people. If you're a married person, you should be hanging out with some married couples that you can have things in common with, and y'all can make things happen, because a single person and a married person hanging out together could be a bomb ready to explode, you know what I'm saying? So pretty much, you got to figure it like this, like, if it's a single person hanging out, I'm going to say this, if a single person hanging out with a married person, that married person could get tempted, and maybe want to just get back in the single life. They can see you talking to some other dude or female and be like, hey, I want to do it too. And I done seen that happen, with some people that I know. I'm not going to mention no names, but I done seen where a dude, was married, and we hung out together, and he was all over the women. And that just didn't look good, you know what I'm saying? But you know how we is, I'm gonna mind my business. I'm not gonna say nothing. But when it comes to family, you might not be able to mind your business. It just depends on how tight you is with that family. You gonna tell or not. So, and the same thing with single people. I mean, a single person can be hanging out with the married people, and hey, well, maybe it could work for the good, because maybe a single person could reverse, say, you know what, he has a wife, and doing good, or she has a husband doing good, and I think I want to get rid of this single life and be married. So let's see what the people of Dallas got to say about this.
From my personal life, my best friend is married, and I kick it with them like we in college. So I think it go hand in hand. It's all about how strong your marriage is. Person's marriage is. If they can handle, other women being around, other men being around, then it's cool. But if not, then you got to stay at home and worry about what they need to worry about.
Okay, awesome.
My opinion, I think it's better to connect with married people. I mean, when you're single, your friends want to stay out and They don't understand that you have a home and you have a family you have to get back to. So it's better to be with other couples. But sometimes that's not always the case, because your friends start out married and then after, they're not married anymore.
Welcome back, y'all. Hey, we back, man, in full effect, hitting them streets in Dallas, y'all. Hey, everything is getting juicy out here. But we want to appreciate y'all for hanging in there with us, man. We're going to jump into this last question. Can you survive being single? And I personally believe, from my own standpoint, is can you be by yourself? Can you not be tempted to go out and do something stupid and end up making mistakes to where you could maybe catch something, or maybe as a man, bring a child into the world, illegitimate child, maybe from somebody you don't want. Maybe you was out there, in the clubs, got drunk, you single, and you went with some chick and ended up getting her pregnant instead of being, you was in that way. Females, can you survive, being single? I mean, you feel like you need somebody to protect you at home. You're going to be scared at home by yourself. You're scared of burglars coming in. You got to have to get you a gun now. Can you survive without that, them batteries in that toy? What you going to do, So, hey, surviving and being single, it's a good thing. I know we can do it. Some people may have some mental issues behind that. Maybe they sitting at home by themselves alone, talking to themselves or whatever. We don't know what's going on behind closed doors. But let's see what the people of Dallas got to say about that.
Yes, coach.
I could definitely survive being single. I'm an only child, so I've been basically alone my whole life. So I've never really had a problem being by myself. So for the people who have a problem being by yourselves, that's on y'all. They probably can't handle it. Me personally, I'll be just fine. I'll be running them streets.
And we really appreciate y'all for tuning in here to Man Cave Mondays, man. I'm glad to be back in full effect. And we was in hiatus, man, but we doing the thing now. So y'all got to be looking out for us. Y'all got to make sure that y'all stay locked in with us. Make sure that y'all go on the YouTube page and make some comments. Let us know what y'all think about the questions and give us, some answers and thoughts on your own. But make sure you go to Mancav Mondays. It's MANCAV and then space and then Mondays, MONDAYS. So just make sure that y'all continue to follow us, subscribe to us. Make sure that y'all put comments and give us your questions, anything like that. But just make sure y'all stay in contact with us. But we appreciate y'all once again for tuning in, and be looking out for us next week. And, so make sure y'all tune in till we can go into our next subject, to the subject and topic of the day. So again, I just want to tell y'all to make sure y'all check me out. Don't forget me, Jigsaw, John Williams, aka y'all know me, the rapper. Y'all know I be doing my thing. Don't forget to be looking for my material coming soon with y'all. I got some off the chain stuff coming pretty soon. So once again, thank y'all for tuning in to Man Cave Mondays, man. Y'all be safe. Have a good one.